Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring
There you
some
go.
grumpiness to the internet. And welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where you get an extra side helping. Today, I guess you get a side helping of mangoes. Mangoes for everybody.
Hey,
With me, as always, is Irate Bear.
hello. Hope you're all well.
Yeah, and our special guest today is your boy Pat.
Hi, y'all.
Are you still muted, Pat? Pat
Uh,
come in, was talking
can
to us
you
in the live in the
hear?
hangout. We didn't hear him.
All right. How about now? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Yep, we can hear you now.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me
All right. Now I was
now?
about to say what the.
Oh, well, he'll get it straightened out. I'm sure he will. I
I
hope
think what
everybody's having a good day.
I think what it is. I just got to the house and my tablet is like connecting to like the internet, and it takes a hot second.
I got you. Yeah, my phone does that. Takes it a minute to
Mhm.
recognize the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So I think mine's still doing that right now.
Yeah.
I need to update this thing soon.
So how you doing, Pat?
Oh, I'm doing good. I just got off of work today. It was actually quite good. Like we had like a employee appreciation day, and plus we had lots of catering, so we ended up making a lot of good dishes. Like this one dish I made, we had like chicken breast covering like a white wine sauce, yeah, along with like a potato casserole and broccoli. And I'm like, oh man, I just hope the people who I was serving to don't get too drunk because I went crazy with that wine.
There you go. Oh,
I like,
Vanilla Bear says, "Hey, Bloodwing, where I work, we raised nearly 90 pounds for Alzheimer's Society today, selling cupcakes.
all
Good,
right.
good on you. You all know that's a subject close to my heart.
Mm.
Uh, and it was even talking about a little bit today. I seen Jeff Holiday put out a little video earlier today where I guess his mom's passed away, and if y'all didn't
Oh,
know, she had Alzheimer's. So,
mm.
Oh shit.
so yeah,
It's funny because we were talking about. Well, it's not funny, but we were talking about that literally last week as well.
yeah.
Or Tuesday. I can't remember. I can't keep up. But
Uh,
yeah, we were literally talking about like Alzheimer's, dementia, and of course Jeff's video.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So I sent him a little tweet saying, because I kind of get the feeling he's not wanting a big deal out of it because the comments were disabled on his video.
Well, yeah, he has a lot of asshole trolls. So
Oh yeah, that right there, like cause that knowing them like they don't care if there's a death in the family or nothing like that, they'll still pick. Just not the right time, but you know how fools are.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
But I sent him a little tweet more or less saying, look, my dad has dementia, so I feel you. I know what you're going through, buddy.
Hey, dude, 77. Meat with noodles, I right there. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's how we make noodles in this house. Yeah, we buy these noodle packs, like these spherical bowl things they come in, as opposed to square bowls. We buy them. You put kettle water in. Then you throw some already pre-cooked meat slices in with the noodles. It's delicious, man.
Oh yeah, egg noodles with big chunks of beef in there. That's good.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm,
Or
mm-hmm.
you get some of the ramen noodles and stuff like that, the chicken flavor kind. You get a couple of like hot dogs and chop them up and all that right there. Swirl them up in there with the chicken flavor. Right, hey, that's me right there.
And thank you, Perfectly Fair Delusions. Whoa!
Oh my goodness
Oh,
gracious,
hey.
Willingham. Thank you, dude. I don't know what to say. My goodness. Today is my payday and yours too. Sorry, I can't do Streamlabs. I don't have a PayPal. It's all good, dude. It's
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 all
all
good.
good.
Way to go, Willie.
My goodness.
Everybody should say thank you to William in the chat there
Yeah.
for being so generous and choosing to support one of his favorite content creators.
Yeah, I'm speechless, dude. Seriously. And that don't happen often.
Hmm.
Just real quick, thank you, Perfectly Fair Delusions, for sending me that article on Twitter. I have grabbed it, and we will take a look in a bit. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate you getting involved like that. And hey, dude, 77. In terms of noodles, like my local grocery store like does these packs of pre-cooked cold like chicken meat and hams and all different kinds of stuff, just rip open the pack, grab a couple of slices, the dead thick chicken slices, throw it in with the noodles, and the noodles already has like they come with little pouches of like vegetables and spices and stuff. It's delicious. That's very nice.
Oh yeah, ham noodles are the greatest.
Oh yeah. My wife and I were talking yesterday because she was having a conversation with her doctor. She's diabetic, and if you didn't know, and she also has high cholesterol like me, and she has high blood pressure. And she was asking the doctor, "What the heck am I supposed to eat?" And he says, "Nothing." And she goes, "Well, that's what I was talking." So she's talking to him about pasta, and he says, "Well, you can have pasta if you have it in reasonable amounts." And she goes, "You don't know me in pasta." And trust me, this woman can put away some pasta. Yeah, that's my doctor. That's why a lot of people don't like my doctor, because he's a little bit of a cold fish. But if you give him a chance, he really does have a pretty good sense of humor. It's kind of dry, kind of deadpan, But he says, "What am I supposed to eat?" I said, "Nothing."
Bit of a troll.
Yeah, I like him because he tells me straight up, and I like that. Don't beat around the bush. Tell me what's up. We'll talk about it. But yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well today, though. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably know that I woke up grumpy. Doesn't mean anything bad happened. It just happens to me. You can ask J-Kid in the chat in there. He can tell you for sure. Sometimes I just wake up and I just feel mean.
When I wake up, I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be the meanest redneck in town.
I just feel like telling everybody, near me to shut the heck up and make them cry. That seems like the thing to do some days. But I'm trying to keep it under wraps. I'm trying to keep it just trying to. Kyler, just hanging out before work. Good on you, man. Good on you. I know that you usually do come in here before you go to work, and I do appreciate that. Sean DW175, diabetic for 47 years. Yeah, both my parents are diabetic, which makes it doubly amazing that I'm not, at least not yet. But
it's that coffee.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, we heard recently that having 25 cups of coffee a day is good for you. So, like, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
Who said that?
It was in the news recently. I was lying bastards.
Was it The Guardian?
In fact, hold on a second.
It was something like that.
25 cups.
That better be decaf.
Your bloody head would blow off. It was also in time.com. Oh no, who says no, you probably shouldn't drink 25 cups of coffee a day.
They said nah.
Now you tell me.
Yeah, this is June 4th as well.
Yes, Data, we've heard about that, and that's on the docket to speak about today.
Thank you, lady.
We will be talking about that.
What's that? I didn't see.
About Black Pigeon Speaks.
Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah. We'll get that.
Opinionated Scotsman, decaf coffee is pointless. I know, right? It's a slap in the face. My mom used to try to trick me when I'd go over to the house when she was alive, and she'd try to sneak in decaf, and she'd even try to mix it half and half, like half decaf, half caffeinated, and try to trick me. And I'd because she always felt I drank too much coffee, and I'm her son. She worried about me, and so I'd take one sip, and I could always tell. I'm like, Mom, really? What's even the point?
Yeah, I'm a seasoned coffee drinker. You think I can't tell?
Yeah, there is a chemical aftertaste to decaffeinated coffee, and if you drink as much coffee as I can, you can detect it. You can taste it. It's just like, this ain't right. This is decaf in it.
Oh, I can tell. I'm like, only if I can. Hey, this ain't Dunkin's. It's like I've been getting into a battle with a lot of people over that lately.
What about Dunkin's?
Yeah, like what I do like some people talk about Starbucks, and I'm like, no, Dunkin's in the best, and then they'll bring up some local coffee that they where they live at and things like that I can't get access to. It's
Yeah.
like,
Dunkin's has got good coffee, dude.
oh
In
yeah,
fact, when my wife's Keurig was still working, we would buy the Dunkin' Donuts coffee pods for it. And they were
mm-hmm.
cool. They were good.
And if I
But
couldn't get a hold of the coffee, like I said, I grab a hold of I'm saying the cold drinks from the store. But it's like, yeah, you can keep that Starbucks, man. I am straight up team Dunkin'.
yeah, J Kid, it's like people asking what the difference between regular Mountain Dew and diet. Yeah. Love me some Mountain Dew, but can't stand the diet. No, I don't care what you say. It has an aftertaste. Oh, thank you again, Willingham. My goodness. Forget to say us hillbillies do it better than you rednecks. Hey. Now listen here. You know as well as I do that all rednecks may not be hillbillies, but all hillbillies are rednecks. And that's a fact because I'm both.
Like everybody say there's a difference.
There is a difference. There is a difference. Redneck is more, it's not a regional thing, it's a way of life. Hillbillies is kind of regional, and I'm from my family's from Kentucky, so yeah, I qualify.
Yeah, speaking of redneck, have you seen like they got John Cena hosting like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
I seen that. What happened to Jeff?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that just don't feel right, man. That show without Jeff Foxworthy is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got no problem with John Cena, but he's no Jeff Foxworthy. Yeah.
You just reminded me of the Neebs Gaming Subnautica series there.
Oh yeah? What part of it?
You know when I think it's the first or second episode of it, and Neebs is talking to Apsro,
right?
And they start talking about comedy, and Neebs is like, "Oh, I like Jeff Foxworthy," and of course you like Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, I love that series.
It's a very good series, and
So
I can't see how anybody doesn't know who Neebs Gaming is, at least in this stream by this point, because we talk about them enough. But if you don't check them out, they are hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
They've been quite busy lately, haven't they? Because it's convention season at the moment.
Yeah. They were in California just recently, I think.
Yeah.
But their latest, I think, it was their latest art video is just absolutely hilarious. I laughed till I cried.
Oh, the woman wants me to show you the noodles she just done for me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all she did was boil the kettle, pour the hot water in, and chuck some meat in there. My camera turned on. There we go. It has turned on. All right. Hold on a sec. They come in like the ones we don't usually have these ones, but they come in like these little pot things. I can't really show it. It's really hot as well. But I will pull the camera off there. There you go.
Oh, looks good to me.
Yeah,
delicious.
Still got the juice.
Oh yeah. Right, there we go. Put that back and turn my camera off. There we are.
It looks good to me. I mean, I'm a little hungry here, so.
I'm sitting here with my burger, hot dog, and my Sierra Mist right here. I'm like, damn, and Barrett gonna show these lovely ass delicious noodles like that, and really you just gonna one up me like that?
Yeah, well, yeah, same. I just had a chicken salad sandwich just before the stream, so kind of pales in comparison to that. Data Wasteland says, blood question. In Star Trek, do rednecks die as fast as the red shirts do? No, of course they don't. Haven't you ever noticed that in the zombie apocalypse, it's always the rednecks everybody gets behind? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We know how to do the pew pew.
Mhm.
Because the black folks are gone.
Yeah, right. I'm out of here.
We run. I'm not afraid to say it.
Oh, I remember.
We're gonna fight to the death. No, I'm running.
Oh, my old man memories kicked in. Bear, what's that game I got you to play, but you'll never play again?
Ark.
No. The scary one.
Oh yeah, I'm never playing that again.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, I don't need to remember.
Chad will help me out. I'm sure they'll help me. My old man memories just
Outlast.
Outlast. There we go. Yeah, and JK got it. Yeah, thank you. The first time I seen a reaction video on that or a playthrough, it was some black guy playing it. And that game starts out while you're driving up the road.
Black guy or some black guy?
No, it wasn't some black guy. It was
Eric.
a black guy.
You gonna say hello to Bloodwing and Pat? Who's Pat? He's a gentleman who's about 6'5" and about 6'5" wide as well. I'm gonna ride him into battle to defeat the SJW once and for all.
No, big belly.
Ride me in the battle. Who am I, Yoshi?
Yes. Is there any particular reason you're on my floor, boy? Hey. Off. Right. Clear off.
Bye, Albie.
Grounded for a year.
And no cryptic, I'm not playing Outlast 2.
Anyway, if you've played that game, it starts out, you're driving up this old mountain road up to this big, dark, insane asylum. And the guy I was watching says, nope. We black. I know this guy's got to be white because we black folks will be turning right around right now. Oh, yeah. There's actually some black folk up in deck train up in the cold. So a few like it. I don't know very many, but a few like it. So, anyway, so what do we
just
got?
FYI, it would take a lot of money to get me to play that game.
It would. I wasn't trying to get you to remember it to bring up old memories. I just honestly couldn't remember the name of it.
We're not fun, not legitimately stressful. Sorry, Pat, go on.
Now I'm talking about deck train right here. It's like, no, black people aren't afraid of cold weather. We just don't like it. That's it now. Well, like I said, I've gotten used to it because that's just me. I'm just different, weird that way. Where it's like I lived up in Minnesota for almost 6 years, so yeah, I've had my fair share of the cold weather. Getting up early in the morning to try to shovel your way out of because you got to go to work regardless.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, really? I got to come to work? Like, dude, it just snowed 5 feet and things like that. You'll get used to it. I look out there, man. I see people just. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Vanilla, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you. I don't think any amount of money would get Bear to play it. I was there the day that he noped the heck out and deleted it off his computer. Remember, I was streaming with him. So
say what you like, right? But it legitimately stresses me out.
Yeah.
Say what you like. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's all good. We're all different. I really enjoy those kind of things, and they freak you out. Tell you a little. Well, it's not a secret, but tell you a little something. Mama Minnie, my daughter, she can't play them either. She can't play them because she'll have nightmares. They freak her out.
I think the last thing I tried to play like that was Slender Man, and I'm like.
Okay, so what do we got today? I guess one of the big news things, and I'm not going to read an article on it because there's not a whole lot of information out about it yet. It's still too early. But in the Gulf of Oman, a couple of tankers have been hit, reportedly by torpedoes. Yeah,
I heard. They think Iran did it.
Yeah. I think there's speculation that Iran might have something to do with that. Of course, there's a headline here that says Iran's Zarif calls oil tanker incidents suspicious once regional talks. Don't know exactly what that means, but okay. But when I first seen that, and it was when I first got on Twitter this morning, I woke up about 8 o'clock and was looking through Twitter and seen it. I seen people in my timeline already claiming it was an inside job just so that we'd go to war with Iran.
The conspiracy theorists.
Conspiracy theories had already started, and even liking it to Pearl Harbor, because according to them, Pearl Harbor was an inside job, y'all.
Oh God.
The thing is, I've seen the videos and the images and stuff.
Right.
Torpedoes have a tendency of ripping ships in half. The explosion created just isn't substantial enough, unless it's like a little duddy type one, a little crap one. So the news source I saw also mentioned sea mines, which, to be honest, is probably a little bit more likely.
Might be, yeah.
The kind of explosion that it had was far more reminiscent of an anti-ship missile rather than a torpedo. The torpedoes are devastating things.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. They're awful. Like, there's videos you can watch on YouTube of torpedoes hitting ships, and they just tear the ship in half completely. Like the center of it lifts out the water. It's probably a lot more likely to be mines, but I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure. They might have detonated it before it even hit the ship, for all I know. So.
And like I say, right now, I mean, pretty much we know something happened. We just don't know what happened. I'm sure the government's keeping a lid on any outgoing news on it for the moment until we know more, So basically, all we really know is there's a couple of tankers on fire out in that Gulf.
And of course, we got CNN saying, news, tankers were hit. Trump did it.
But I couldn't believe that they even claimed that Pearl Harbor was an inside job. I mean, folks, Pearl Harbor, which is one of the most documented foreign attacks ever. I mean, they've got film of the Japanese doing it. They've got, documentation from Japan itself of the leaders over there talking about it and planning it and everything. But it was an inside job.
I know.
In what sense, though? So sorry, Pab. In what sense? Because there were some Japanese spies, right, that were reporting from Pearl Harbor, right?
Right.
Well, the U.S. government wouldn't do it to themselves just to get involved with the war.
No. And of course, I don't know how their reasoning is. I looked at that and I was at nope, and then scrolled on by. I ain't doing that.
There's no way. Pearl Harbor was devastating.
Yeah.
Only one ship survived.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get it. I do not trust my government 100%. Nor should anybody trust their government 100%. Always keep your eyes open, people. But this just borders on the utter ridiculous.
And again, like I said, these are the same people who think that Buzz Aldrin still didn't walk on the damn moon.
Oh God, don't get me started on that.
Man, they still barked at that to this day, and I'm like, man.
Oh, I know. The one I love the most is, it was staged because you can't see the stars.
And Mythbusters proved that wrong. It happens. Like, get over it.
Yeah. You know why you can't see the stars? Because photography, people. Photography. Back in the day, before there were, digital cameras, I was really into 35 millimeter photography. And I can tell you without a doubt that just a regular snapshot of the night sky is not going to show you stars. Because it's not enough light to be captured. You have to do a time lapse. You have to keep the f-stop open. So no, you're not going to see the stars, you freaking idiots. Ah. Told you I was in a mood.
All right, what else we got? I'm trying to see.
Oh,
I'm trying to see if you're gonna land some of the topics I got on my mind.
well, I don't know. I'll let you know if it. Why don't you grace us with one?
Yeah, I said, well, my number one topic is, of course, the FIFA Women's World Cup is underway, like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
and also like big ups to Team USA, for beating Thailand 13-0. They really stomped their ass. Now they're gonna play Chile, I think Sunday. But of course, was anybody talking about that great victory and things like that? No. What's the first thing that came up? The wage gap, the pay gap. Women need to be paid equally. They need to be paid more. You got people like Senator Gillibrand, whatever the hell her name is, and you got Pocahontas and all these blue check marks and things like that, barking the same stuff over and over. And
Thank you again, Willingham. Just today, Willingham's going to support me for the next month. I knew a guy from church, and he said his grandparents had a bomb land in their fireplace in Pearl Harbor, but it was thankfully was a dud.
Ooh.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it didn't go off. Yeah.
Mm. We have a lot of those still in the UK from the Blitz.
Oh, I bet you do.
A bunch of duds.
Yeah, man, they're still around. People are still finding them.
Yeah.
There was something in my area a couple of weeks ago where they found another one in my area. It's like so many bombs the Nazis dropped on us.
Yeah. But like I was saying, I'm just like, oh my God, how many times do we have to go through this, man? Like I'm saying there just is no pay gap the way they sit up here trying to bark and things like that. And while of course, the US soccer team have filed a lawsuit and stuff like that for gender discrimination. I'm like, if they really want to hear about gender discrimination, in my opinion, and things like that, it's like they're the ones who are discriminated. It's like the men's are the actual ones who are getting discriminated based upon gender, because when you look at it, especially in women's soccer right there, number one, they got guaranteed contracts. If they're sick, if they get injured and things like that, and they can't play, they still get paid. Men don't. And the last World Cup and all that right there, I don't know how they're gonna do this go round, but it's like, even though I was saying the women won and all that right there, they got to take home 13% of the revenue and things like that. Men only got 9%. And when Megan Rapinoe and that one sexy ass female, I can't remember her name, I think it'll pop up in my head very soon. When they was on the Today Show, they was talking about that, Screech, my equality, my wage gap, and all that right there. One of the hosts, Savannah Guthrie, said, well, women gotta have guaranteed contracts and all that right there. Whether well, if y'all don't play, y'all still get the money. So if y'all gonna get equal pay and all that right there, are you willing to let that go? And of course, Megan Rapinoe, being the SJW that she is and the hypocrite, said well, that needs to stay the same. I think it's okay for that to be right there. So you want all this, we need to be paid the same as men, but yet you want to still hold on to these quirks right here that y'all got, knowing that y'all have the advantage on. And it's like this wage gap thing just keeps coming on and on and on, and people have debunked it millions of times, but yet they still keep barking. I guess they figure one day people are gonna get tired of hearing them just say, you know what, forget it, give them the money. But if that happens right there, you might as well say bye-bye women's soccer, because they ain't gonna be able to afford to pay them.
Opinionated Scotsman says make them play the men's team, beat them, then you can get paid the same. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen a thing going around on Twitter saying that they actually lost to a high school boys team.
Yes, I think it was FC Dallas. Yeah, got spanked by them in a scrimmage.
Yeah. So
when women attract the same crowd to the game, then they can get paid the same.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've gotten this discussion before, and I'll be the first to say I know nothing about women's soccer. I know nothing about soccer. I'm an American. I don't watch that soccer crap.
I watch it. It can apply to all sports, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I look. Like here, for instance, okay, y'all know I live in Indianapolis. Indianapolis has a professional basketball team, the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
they also have a WNBA team, which for the life of me, I can't remember the name of. So that tells you how much. But if we here in Indy, we often see pictures of the crowd. Now, a Pacers game is packed.
Mm-hmm.
But you go to the WNBA game and there's plenty of seats. I mean, it's just not as popular. I'm not against women's sports, but people just don't. The Fever. Thank you, J Kid. Yeah, the Fever. It's just not as popular. They don't draw the crowds overall.
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest problem right there. Like when it comes to like, the revenue and things like that, the men are in the billions. I think like what the last the last one they did, like what last year, they said they brought in about what $4 billion. And this right here, this World Cup, they're expecting, now they haven't said for sure, but they're expecting the women to bring in like 131 million. Now compare 131 million to 4 billion.
Yeah.
And you expect to get paid like these guys right here, which I think the highest paid dude is like from Argentina. And he gets paid like 110 like $1 million a year. And you expect to be paid like that, and you can't bring 110 million in, in 4 years, do the World Cup and all that right there. That's what they would get right there. If y'all got paid like these men, women's soccer would go under before, y'all even got your first paycheck.
And this what they get paid off of, folks, is gate and what they make at the gate and advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't pull in as much as the gate, there's not as much to go around. It's just simple mathematics. Thank you, Cryptic, for the Streamlabs donation. It's called the Indiana Free Bleeders. Hey, you laugh, but that might be next. Who knows?
People pay mega bucks for like seasonal tickets and stuff to go watch, Man United or whatever. And they expect, an immaculate athletic performance from the teams they support. You're not getting that from the female teams.
No. You get too much whining and complaining.
I mean, to be fair, you also get that with the men as well.
Well,
oh yeah. Yeah, you see how the NFL took that huge financial blow when that take a knee thing went down.
Yeah, you get some snowflakes in men's sports. Jay Cutler. But yeah. I mean, like I said, I got nothing against women's sports. If that's your thing to watch, and some of them are fantastic athletes.
Yeah. And like I said, I hope they actually, excuse me right there. Like, I hope they actually do reach up to that pinnacle and things like that. But that's what they got to realize. They got to work up to it. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. Jake, it's just like the lingerie football league players begging for NFL money, right?
Although, to be fair, I mean,
yeah, but nobody watches that for football.
Of course. I'm sure if they allowed the audience to throw dollar bills onto the field, they'd be they'd earn a lot more.
No, I mean, I mean, I'm all about fairness, but I don't see what's not fair about that. I mean, when they start taking in the same kind of gate money that the men's teams bring, and then let's talk, but they're just not overall. And I have had this discussion before, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody on Twitter says, well, they do bring in certain places, they bring in pretty good gate. Well, that's in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good Lord. All of a sudden, my YouTube has decided to give me announcement after announcement or notification
in your channel.
And, but that's in certain places. I mean, you look at the men's sports, even a team like the Cleveland Browns, God bless their little hearts, pull in big gate, their teams are solid. Or like J-Kid's team, the Lions, teams like that, they pretty much will pack their stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get it.
And that's the biggest problem right there. It's like I'm saying they're not putting fans in the stands, and that's what they basically need to work on right there. Instead of sitting up here screaming, like, "Hey, my equal pay." It's like, how can you get equal pay when you can't even, I'm saying, bring in equal revenue? Which is what I'm saying. Which is what your pay depends on.
Thank you, Toasted Network, for the donation. Soccer starts with an S. Sodomy starts with the S.
But that was one of my things I had on my mind right there.
Sorry, Sarah. I hope I didn't hit a nerve there. But you know as well as I do, sweetheart. If you are a Browns fan, you know that it's called the Factory of Sadness for a reason. I'm so sorry, and thank you again, Toasted Network. Your joke about the Browns is 2 years late. No, not really. Not really. Although they are, I will not to get us all off on football, because Bear will be completely lost if we do.
It's
The
fine.
Bears,
I'm eating anyway. I'll just mute myself while you do it.
The Browns are looking up of late, and there's hope. I just hope they don't screw it up like they always have for the last couple of decades. So,
I'm still waiting on my boys to goddamn get the fine of their ass, but it's like, they'll have it 1 second and then mid-season.
yeah, and you can ask J-Kid. I'm not a Browns fan, but the Browns in particular, I've always said I'd like to see them do well, because I like to root for the underdog. I'd love to see the Browns come up and make a go of it. Yeah, love it. But and I'll say this, and I'll get off the subject. I'm so looking forward to football. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Hey, on Twitter, I do follow a few Colts players, and I follow the Colts official Twitter account and Jim Irsay's Twitter account, and all the posts I get from them lately of minicamp and all that doesn't help. I want football.
It's coming back, like I said, both it and college. Like I'm definitely looking forward to college.
Yeah. I don't watch as much college as I used to, which
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't
I
know
do,
why.
man. Like it's way more exciting to me. It's like, 'cause they're actually playing for a cause.
Oh, I love college football. Yeah, I'm J-Kid and I both are huge Notre Dame fans.
They will play down to the last second with all their heart. That's what I love about it.
There was a time years ago when my kids were much younger that my entire weekend was nothing but football at one level or another. On Friday nights, I would go to my alma mater high school and watch them, because they were nationally ranked that year, and would watch their football games. And then all day Saturday, I'd watch college ball. All day Sunday, I'd watch pro ball. And of course, you had Monday night football. He consumed my entire weekend. But not as much anymore. I can't go out and sit on them bleachers in the cold rain on Friday night like I used to be able to. So I had to cut that out.
Yeah, like Sibo in the chat, like, yes, I am a Sooners fan, Chagrin and Bear, like I said, she hates me for it, but I love her. That's some weird, I'm saying, that's some weird enemies right there, because I'm the Sooners, she's the she's the Longhorns fan.
Yeah.
So we look forward to the Red River.
That's a rivalry. All right. Like I
Mhm.
said, J-Kid and I are huge Notre Dame fans. For better or worse. But Toasted Network, what are you going to do during college football? I don't know. Watch football maybe, and of course I have my streams that do go on Saturday. So, but
So, yeah. If I'm ever on one, like I said, I'll be muting in and out. Like, oh, hold on, this play right here.
oh, okay. Well, another football. I could talk all day about football.
You're right.
James Cawley says, Bloodwing want to take a bet. My bet the Browns finish this coming season 8 wins or better. No, I think they'll do 8 wins at least. Yeah. I wouldn't take that bet because I think they will do at least that good. Anyway, what else we got? I got myself off track there for a minute. Didn't know what I was talking about.
You're just like me in anime, really, but with football.
Oh, dude, you don't even know.
I do know.
Yeah, you've listened. I've actually, folks, you don't know this, but I've actually been on Discord voice chat with Bear before while I'm watching a football game, and he's heard me
Very
holler.
hard having a conversation with him.
It is. So,
Yeah, and I remember like you used to do like the live streams with who was that? Damn, I can't think of top. I think about top because I haven't seen him in a hot second. Yeah, Mining.
Yeah, Mining Freedom and J Kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he come back? Because I seen him tweet.
He's back on Twitter. He doesn't go by Minding Freedom anymore. He goes by something Badger. But
not Honey Badger.
No. Thankfully, that's quieted down.
Oh man, let's not bring that back up. It must not,
No.
Well, I said, yeah, but besides that, the second thing that came up on my thing right here is like, if you see me tweet it out, man, these dumbasses in California, these activists, if you want to call them that.
Oh, is this those animal activists?
Yes. Okay, so some slaughterhouse up in California, they decide to go and protest, but some of these dumbasses decide, they're gonna break into the damn factory and they're gonna lock themselves onto the little kill line, the little conveyor belt and all that right there. Because go ahead.
And folks, they didn't just lock themselves; they locked themselves by the throat.
What?
To the conveyor belt. Yeah.
Oh, because it's the things right there where you hang like the animal you find to kill and things like that. That you like hanging them on by the neck. And I guess it was like the live it was the live hang.
Yeah.
And so because I saw like like some of the ducks they were alive and things like that. So I guess what it was, they were gonna hang. They sit up there. They hang them by the neck. And that they pass by. There's a guy with a sharp knife who just
Hey.
and they bleed out. But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I say, and they bleed out because I know I used to work at Tyson Foods, so I know how the whole entire process goes. So be glad they wasn't there because shoot, I think I mentioned that. But anyway, get back on the story. So as they hang themselves by the throat, now I don't think these people knew that they were there, or they just noticed because. Not only they hang themselves by this conveyor belt, these fools forgot to turn off the breaker. So it's like. So everybody's coming back to work. The guy turns the thing on, and the thing starts moving. So,
so here these guys are all being hung by this.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid bastards.
I said that too. And so they're screaming like, hi, right there. And so it's this one guy, like, he's like, oh no, some dude, he gets caught like between, cause they can't get his thing, they can't get his lock open. So he's caught like between the machine right there, strangling the hell out of himself.
Oh yeah,
he done got caught in the shit.
His eyes are bugging out, and he's.
And I'm like, you stupid idiots! That's what y'all get.
Yeah, that's what you get, you dumbass. Oh.
And I think one of them actually, I'm saying they were actually going up, so they were hanging and all that right there. So I'm like, yeah, God. And of course, I think it was a second video where it's like, the police came there in riot gear, ready to arrest and things like that. So you got all these fools, all chained up, in the whole kumbaya mode. And I'm just like,
folks, if you're gonna chain yourself to a conveyor belt, don't do it by your throat.
I thought Extinction Rebellion were bad, man, but wow.
I'm saying.
Wow.
I'm like, they lucky they were the outside thing, because had that been like an inside things like that in a place like Tyson where it's like it's so loud up in there you need earplugs, And
Yeah.
by the time they would have heard you scream, it would have been too late, man. That dude would have been decapitated.
Yeah.
But these dumbasses, I'm saying, they think they being edgy. They think they fight for a good cause. They're just being dumbasses, really.
And
I'm
they
like,
saved what, 30 something ducks?
yeah,
You know.
32 ducks. So you damn near, got yourselves hung and your head cut off all for 32 ducks. You modern day dumbass hippies.
Oh,
No
I'm sorry.
disrespect to the hippies from old school, but it's like, come on now.
I'm sorry. I'm not putting my life on the line for no duck.
And duck is delicious anyway. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Because I can tell what they were, because you had a mixture like that was from the actual group that been there. Then you had a mixture of freaking Antifa looking fools and things like that. It's just basically some were there for the group and things like that. Some were there just to be seen because they just wanted to cause trouble because they have nothing better to do because they're unemployed. Oh, gosh. And of course, I think all of them were vegans. So hey.
Well, of course.
Vegans, this is the reason why people think y'all nuts, because of folks like that.
Yep.
silly sausages. Obviously it's not as bad as that is pretty bad, but Extinction Rebellion have been at it again. Nowhere near on that level of stupid, but covering themselves in what I assume is fake blood, gluing themselves to things as usual. Idiots.
Oh, that
This
was
type
another
of
thing.
activism doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that was another thing I saw on Twitter. Like, people were sharing like the video of the BDSM fools who were branding themselves.
Oh yeah,
good
I saw that.
grief.
Yeah.
Do you not though that's going to be there for the rest of your life? One of these days you're going to be 60, 70 years old and you're going to look at that and look back and say, God, that was stupid.
And I would like to be the fly on the wall when they did that right there. Like, I could have told you that years ago.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the video, they were acting like they were cattle.
It's not the first time these lunatics have done stuff like that.
And they literally, with a hot iron, branded some of them. And they allowed it to happen. I'm like, what?
I've got to get the video. What was it?
It's on Twitter being shared by a whole lot of people. I found out about sugar tits.
Yeah.
This is the video. Should we share it? Should we have that on stream?
Sure.
All right, let me share screen real quick then.
While you're doing that, I'm going to run get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You won't be able to hear it, obviously, because we're using a Hangout. But she's screaming.
Oh, pretty. Oh, she's loving that. That's not screaming. That's ecstasy. Because this is nothing but public BDSM, exhibitionism.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. But you got a lady on a chain there kicking her about. These bitches love that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This ain't nothing but public BDSM that they're disguising as activism. Like, where have we seen that for? Slut books.
Yeah, it's an excuse to get naked in public as well.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time these lunatics have done this. So, why do it?
That's how they get their kicks.
What? Just no. Why mutilate yourself for the sake of activism?
Yeah, that's
whatever happened to a good old fashioned sit in, or an angry letter,
BG says,
It's become
Bloodwing, do you really think these morons are smart enough to live into their 60s? Probably not very many of them.
The sit-ins and the angry letters are, they have to step it up. They have to be like, I can do better than that.
Just no. God,
yeah.
No.
That's pain. Look, folks, I've talked about it before. years ago, I had a car radiator blow up in my face
Ow.
and received second and third degree burns. It even went into my ears. The only thing that saved my eyes was my glasses. I mean, my face was just this nasty mess, except for right around my eyes where my glasses were. The only thing that saved me is we had a what do you call it? It's not a hospital, but immediate care. Had an immediate care just a block away from where I was at the time. And I walked in there. They took one look at me and said, "Oh crap!" and stripped all my clothes off and stuck me in a cold shower.
Ooh, I know that didn't feel good.
No. But then the doctor, these are the words you don't want to hear from a doctor. The doctor got there, walked in, opened the shower curtain, looked at me and says, "Oh my."
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Not what I wanted to hear. But anyway, I come out all right. I got some scarring on my scalp and so forth. But the point is, I know how that feels. And it don't tickle.
And these people are, just taking it like, yeah, give it to me.
You see their skin melting.
Yeah. It hurts. It hurts. Mine melted too. It peeled for weeks and weeks and weeks after that, just layer after layer. In fact, I had not too long after it happened, they had a concert. It was a bluegrass concert. It was free at the local Legion, and it was outside in the grass. And I went and brought me a little blanket, put it down, and sitting there. I didn't stay long because I scared a little girl that was next to us because of the way my face looked. And I'm like, oh, that makes me feel bad. I'll go home now.
And then you got to think about, like after that, like you gotta take care of that, because it's gonna, like be peeling, it's gonna like be scarring and things like that. And if you mess around, don't take care of it, it gets infected. You got septic shock and all that crazy ass stuff right there that can get up into it. That can basically, lead to gangrene. And, hey, next thing you know, you ain't gonna have no leg or whatever you decide to get branded. I'm saying that day because you want to be a dumb idiot. And hey,
let me tell you what happens when you get a severe burn like that. Initially, there's a sting, but it's not real bad because all your nerves go numb for a little bit. That's what happens. But eventually all those nerves wake back up.
Yeah.
And when they wake up in spades. Trust me. And it hurts. There's nothing that hurts worse than a severe burn. And there's nothing, as Pat says, more dangerous than a severe burn with the infection and gangrene and all that stuff. I got really fortunate, did not have to have any skin grafts. But they were talking about it. It was no, you would not get me to lay there and purposely for some publicity stunt, for Pete's sake, purposely brand me. No, here they've scarred themselves for life. And how many people do they think they've convinced?
Not many. I imagine most people look at that and think, nah, I'm all right.
Not me, because like I said, I'm sitting here with a burger and a hot dog. So yeah, you branded yourself for nothing.
Vegans to be more successful with the shock like videos and pictures they usually show of animal cruelty than this.
Yeah.
If anything, like I said, I'm eating meat while laughing. Look at this idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And here you've permanently scarred yourself for life for nothing.
Yeah, my entertainment.
I would get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Instead, a nice tattoo. It's art. You want to brand yourself? Why not? Get a tattoo with some numbers or something. There you go. And then that way you're contributing to a small business as well. And it's art, and it's a lot less likely to get infected because tattoo artists would teach you how to look after it and stuff.
Yeah,
it won't hurt as much either.
Exactly.
No. I'm saying it'll sting a little bit, then that sting will turn into like a tingly.
Yeah.
It gets to the fact where it tickles the hell out of me. Like, all right, if you don't quit that, goddamn, I'm gonna laugh.
I had that with my large tattoo that goes up onto my neck.
Mm.
The second he got near my neck, I couldn't stop giggling because it was tickling me that much. But there are some places where it does hurt, like on the ribs and stuff.
Oh
But,
yeah, like
Yeah, I've only got
I
the one tattoo. You've seen it, Bear, a long time ago. But I've got a raven that's tattooed on the left side of my chest.
mhm,
and
mhm.
I've seen some like get tattooed like the inside of their arm right there, like then
Oh,
that right there, that's so soft, like man.
but I got that, and I was doing real good until they got over my solar plexus because the tattoo goes across it.
Mm.
And I'm like, and right at that point, the guy doing it's like, how you doing? I'm like, I was doing good until now. I wish you could, because I could hear it all the way up into to the inside of my head, right? It's on that bone. I'm like, just hurry up and get that part done, will you?
Matt didn't get one of those Samoan tattoos.
Ooh,
Mm.
no.
Especially how they do it. I'm saying the old traditional way, and like, oh my god, I actually seen that on the Nat Geo channel. How they was doing it, they had some kind of like thing. And you know how they be tapping, like as they be going on
Yeah.
down the line. It's some kind of tool that they be using. It's like they just be tapping it on along the way and things like that. And I'm like, and they get those big giant tattoos as well. So I'm like, I know that's got to be some excruciating pain. So no wonder Samoans are tough.
Yeah.
You'd be there for a while.
Thank you, Willingham, for the donation. The best burns happen at 800 Fahrenheit or 450 Celsius. No blisters, no peeling, just hurts like a son of a gun. Yeah.
Oh, JT. Oh. He says, I put my hands on a red hot radiator when I was 4. The doctor had to pump me full of morphine and scrape off the skin. Ah. Ow.
Yeah.
Pain.
I just think if we cringing like that, you think we would have been able to take this brand? Now, even I'm a tough guy right there, but I'm like, yeah, I ain't stupid.
RJ Banswa, JK, I don't know what the comment was. At RJ, he says, Bloodwing is my old man. Yeah, I've been called a moron many a time. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. That's my favorite word. All my kids have been called morons. All my grandkids have been called morons. But yeah, I had the one tattoo. It was kind of I was 40 years old when I got it. And it was kind of a change of life thing. I won't go into any detail, but there was things going on at that point in my life that getting a tattoo seemed like a good idea.
I got 4 if you can look in this avatar right here.
Yeah. Thank you. Next 6 minutes. Fist bumps all around. Cheeseburgers, not branding. Right? I'm down with that. I'll take a cheeseburger.
No.
You can even brand the cheeseburger if you want, but not me.
Yeah, frame boy, that bad boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cook it a flash fry on the spot right there.
JT talking about the radiator earlier reminds me of a real quick story. I've mentioned many times I used to go camping a lot when my kids were younger. We used to go camping every year just about. And one year we were out camping and using Coleman lanterns, to light things along the way. There was a bunch of us out camping. And my Coleman lantern started to go down. Well, if you've ever used a Coleman lantern, you have to pump them up. It's got a little pump on it that you pump air pressure into it to keep the fuel flowing up to the mantles. And without thinking, and it had sat there and run for quite a while. They'll run quite a while without having to be pumped up again. Without thinking, I reached over to pump it up and slapped my left hand right down on top of that lantern. To this day, I have a perfectly circular scar in the middle of my left palm from the knob on the top of that lantern where it screws on. It branded me. I could actually hear it go.
Hey, kind of like old boy on Home Alone.
Yeah, that was like, oh my God, that was stupid.
All right. So what else was there?
Oh my. You got anything, Bear? You've been kind of quiet on the.
I've been just cringing at everything. Let me see. Of course, there was Boogie who was being suicidal on Twitter again earlier.
Yeah, Boogie.
What bug do?
He's. I'll read this thread, if you will. He said, "Okay, rant time. You may not know this, but a huge part of the internet hates me now. They think I'm homophobic or a Nazi, a wife beater, an abuser, child molester, or even worse. Obviously, none of this is true. If it were, I would kill myself. I wouldn't live that way. Ironically, all of this negativity makes me horribly suicidal. I struggle with it daily. I hate it. The idea that so many people think I'm even capable of these things makes me wish I wasn't alive. Those things are truly opposite of who and what I am." At E3, though, many people have shown how much they love me. Game devs, gamers, journalists, fans, friends, comedians, literally over 100 people. You might say they haven't heard the rumors, though. And yeah, maybe some haven't. That's fair. But many have said, do not let the internet grind you down. They have said they are smart enough to not believe the bullshit. They have looked at the evidence and saw through it as bullshit, as if they term me so. It's for these people I stay here and keep fighting. Among these people have been journalists like Stephen Totillo, fans like you, game devs at Cyberpunk and Borderlands and elsewhere, plus many more. While many people will drink the Kool-Aid and believe their lies, it is clear that many of you will not, so I will fight for us. If my anxiety and pain ever wins and I do harm myself, which I promise you I will not, they will try to say it's an admission of guilt. No, it's purely my mental illness winning, nothing more. Their vitriol and ignorance will not have mattered one way or the other.
First of all, Boogie, Twitter is not, as we've had this conversation in a big way before on this channel. It is not a viable mental health help platform. You don't use Twitter to cure your mental health.
Oh no. You do that, it'll increase your damn mental health.
Yeah, and somebody, I think it was Opinionated Scotsman, yeah, it says he just wants attention. I think in at least some respect that's it. He's looking for attention. Yeah, but Boogie, if you're really thinking about suicide, if you're really having suicidal thoughts, don't go on Twitter and talk about it. Go get professional help for Pete's
I'm saying, I'm saying, talk to the people. I'm saying, who actually will deal with this. I'm saying, Twitter just put you back down, man.
Yeah, and
like I said,
honestly, he brings a lot of it on himself.
He does, and this is one of the things that gets me, like he's got 5 million subs. He's been on the platform for a long time. It's the thing that I brought up in my video. It's like, Boogie, dude, you should know better by now. You know what I mean? Like, you're a big creator, with no pun intended. He should know better. And yet he continues to do it. And he continues to feed the trolls by paying attention to these, these subreddits where it's a bunch of people circle jerking about how much they hate Boogie. Making all these different accusations and stuff. Like, he's like a 40-something-year-old guy. And yes, I know he's been through it. I know he has severe mental health problems. I get it. I do. I know how he feels to a certain degree anyway.
But so have we all.
Yeah, but he's been on the internet longer than YouTube, at least anyway, longer than most of us on YouTube.
Yeah.
You think he'd be used to this level of abuse, I suppose, and
and honestly, if he's wanting to cut down on the abuse, this is not the way to do it, because it's just going to make it worse. Because the internet trolls, there are people out there that just get off on making you feel bad, and if you show any weakness, or you show that this is bothering you, that's just going to spur them on.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he got the attention. Keemstar quote tweeted him. Chad, anything for views? I don't know if any of you people out there know who that is. big streamer guy, used to be on the Baited podcast. But he had a bit of a go at him as well over that, which I'm glad to see. Which Boogie also like acknowledged the fact that he's a good guy and was saying those things to be tough love or whatever else.
Yeah, and I got no issue with Boogie. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He strikes me as probably deep down he's a nice guy. But this ain't it, Boogie, man. Jesus, dude. If you're serious about wanting to hurt yourself, go get professional help. Don't tell Twitter about it.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people accuse him of being a victim or whatever, and I could see why people would take that stance with him. But the thing is, like, Boogie, like, people come after you for a multitude of different things, dude. Like, you sit there on Twitter espousing authoritarian ideals, and then wonder why you get shat on by the internet.
That's what I mean. He brings a lot of it on himself, and he knows he's doing it because he will start those tweets with something like, well, time to lose some more followers.
Yeah. Exactly. You know,
J Kid has a lifelong troll, and he is. To me, this dude is like grade A prime meat. Right, exactly. You know, people feed off that. And they will go right for the jugular.
Yeah, especially if they can get somebody's like Boogie's attention and shit like that. So it's like, hey.
And it makes me wonder if he's not doing it just for more attention. You know, sometimes kids will do bad things just to get attention. It's the wrong kind of attention. But, you know, you hear about it, you see it. Kids will do things for, you know, just to get attention. And I feel there's a big part of me that feels like that's what he's doing here. He's firing it up just to get attention.
He doesn't even need to do it though. That's what gets me.
Yeah,
he could tweet like he's a big YouTuber. He's got a lot of followers. He could tweet any old shit out and he would get attention.
Yeah. And the tartness, and I agree with you. In truth, if someone talks about suicide, they are not going to do it. They simply want attention. Voice of experience, like too many others. Yeah, that's been my experience through the years. That somebody that's really serious about it just does it. You know, but I don't know. Of course, that brings me to, you know, there are people I don't follow Boogie. I never have. No reason. I just never felt the need to follow Boogie. I see enough of him on my timeline without following him. But I was just talking to Bear the other day behind the scenes after the stream that, you know, there are certain people on Twitter that I've been slowly and quietly unfollowing. You know, it's not the first time I've done this. But you know, there are some people that I just, I've had enough. I've never been one that does hate follows or hate subs. You know, because I know there's a lot of people in our genre that, like, for instance, subscribe to the Brain Trust, to Christy Winters and those, you know, because they want to keep tabs on what they do. I don't do that. If I want to know what they say, I'll go over and look. I don't want to give them my sub and support them in that manner. You know, I don't do that sort of thing. Why? You know, I don't need more things to aggravate me than I already have.
That's how I get most of my stuff right there, because somebody who's following me is following them, and then pops up on my timeline.
All that stuff shows up in my timeline enough times that I don't even need to follow them because I'm seeing it anyway. You know, but there's been a few that of late that I've gotten rid of. One of them, I won't say who all in it, but I'll tell you, I'll just admit who one of them is Bunty.
I heard something went down between Bunty and Ricky and things like that. I don't know the whole entire story.
Even long before that, you could see it coming. Now, folks, I don't unfollow you just because I don't agree with your stance on things. I mean, look, I still follow Sofane and Jeff Holiday and people like that that say things that just make me want to roll my eyes, right? But they will talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, Bunty's got to the point where he won't even talk to you. It's just nastiness. And, you know, so yeah, if you're somebody that is just out there being nasty to people that used to be your friends and you're not even going to talk to them about it, I'm probably going to divest myself of you because I don't need that kind of aggravation. Thank you very much.
I'm just replying to Boogie. There we go. There we go. I just said to him, despite my previous and often harsh criticism of you, Boogie, I do like you. I think you're a good man. You've helped a lot of folks. No one can take that away from you. That said, dude, you're a big YouTuber. You should know by now that you often feed the trolls. Positive vibes to you.
Yep.
That's my piece. I won't say any more than that.
Yep, there you go. Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, I can't be asked getting in a fight with his subscribers again.
Yeah, that got a little crazy the other day, didn't it?
A bunch of 11-year-olds as well. Like, piss off.
Yeah.
Buried his Twitter via typewriter.
We were talking about that earlier, J Kid, and you remember Mamaw's old manual typewriter? Because I was talking to him about that. I said it sounded like a manual typewriter.
Oh yeah, that old kind of thing.
My mom had an old Royal manual typewriter. You had to push the keys hard.
Oh God.
To get it tight. But yeah, it sat in the hallway on a roll top desk, and she would sit at it. They used it to type up our church newsletter, and yeah.
Yeah, was it the one that you had them when it reached the end, you had to go ching.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah, and she really had to lay on the keys because we had it isn't a copier, it more prints it. Oh, what is it called? I can't remember. But it was kind of like carbon paper, but the keys actually put a hole through it. That ink, you later put it on a machine that you crank that prints it out. The ink is forced through those holes that the typewriter made. And so you had to really hit it hard to punch through that.
I'm in a mood for starting a fight with a bigger YouTuber.
Well, don't look at me. You're bigger than I am by a lot.
Give me a moment. Pick a target.
All my buddies are bigger than I am. I'm the little fish in the pond.
Actually, I better not.
Yeah, probably would not be a good idea.
I tried starting one with Mundane Matt earlier, but the prick, as usual, ignores me. That's why I didn't like him in the first place, because he ignored me. He's an arrogant prick. See, I didn't like him before it was cool, people.
Yeah.
Asshole. Neckbeard. Boulder collecting, flagging piece of shit.
Tell us how you really feel, Barry.
Well, I also, Monday Matt, if you happen to be listening, who was right about Fallout 76? Ah.
What, that it was a crap show?
Yeah, I said to everybody, I was on Lords of the Night, like a few months before it came out. I said, it's going to be shit. Monday Matt took issue with it in the chat. It's the first time the fucking prick had interacted with me when I started talking shit about one of his games he was looking forward to. I was like, no, it's going to be shit. He's like, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh, you're just blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I win.
Well, you and I talked about that on Discord at that period of time back and forth, and I agreed with you. I just had a bad feeling about it. Didn't sound right.
Jacob's calling me a genius. It depends on the target. Dude.
And speaking of targets, I got to go make a target out of the old, toilet. So I'll be right back.
Cool beans. So how are you, Pat? What have you been up to, dude?
I've been working my ass off a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Like I said, when I say I just got the link. So I'm like,
You just jump on. You're not,
Other
you're
than
obviously
that, I've
not in
just been
work today,
relaxing, you
so
know, having a good time and all that right there.
oh, good, good. Pumpkin Trucker's calling me a dirty
Oh, yeah.
hipster.
Plus, I've been trying to get my set.
You are roboting really badly, my dude, and cutting out quite a lot.
Yet, be sure to go check it out. Content is great.
Pat.
Oh, damn. Oh, gotcha.
You just cut out quite a
Can you
lot
hear
there,
me?
dude. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
all
the
right. Can you hear me
audience
back?
heard anything you just said either.
Okay, Bob, we're at.
You were talking about your new channel, weren't you?
Oh yes, my new channel. If you haven't seen that yet, it's called Psycho Rick. Of course, like I'm in my Psycho Rick persona. You know, I've got a lot of content on there right there where I'm basically talking about a whole lot of things, and you know, I want to try to get that channel as big as possible as I can. So if you haven't, you know, go check it out. If you like it, subscribe to it, share it to everybody that you can, because I want to get up there with this right here because I really like what I'm doing.
Well, link it, dude. Link it in the chat
All right, let me see.
so people go check it out. I think I'm gonna have to do a Lord Bear video next, guys. I think I know how much you like Lord Bear. I just I have to pick the target. I don't know what to do. I mean, the last one was a fat video, and as fun as they are, I need something a little bit more challenging, you know. So I'll have to look for a wee target to go after with Lord Bear. By the way, Lord Bear's been called a bully quite a lot recently, guys.
I need Lord Bear as my ship's computer on Redneck Track.
As the ship's computer.
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a sound thing I can use in Audacity to make it sound robotic.
You know, because it's on all the Star Treks. Oh gosh, what was her name? She was actually the wife of Gene Roddenberry. Was the voice of all the computers. And it's the same in the game. She's the voice of the computers in the game. I need Lord Bear to do mine.
Well, if you have a script for me, dude, I'll do it. I don't know that there's got to be something on Audacity where I can manipulate the voice to make it sound robotic.
It doesn't have to sound that
Yeah.
robotic. Her voice was always pretty clear, pretty clear.
Are you
But
sure?
yeah. I'm working on it. I did find out. Oh, while I'm on it, I wanted to thank everybody that tried. You know, I mentioned I needed music because I got copyright hit for copyright
Of
on the
course.
first episode.
Oh, of course.
And because of the music. And I've got a lot of response to that. And System Editor 95 even specifically made something for me on his SoundCloud. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I've got enough now that I could probably rotate different ones in and out each week, see what, and try them out, because even though it may not be the original, if it sounds close enough to the original, the algorithm can still hit it. So,
All right.
and see what makes it through. But yeah, I do appreciate that. But I was playing yesterday on another character because I'm playing ahead just to see what Billy Joe Bob is in store for. But I found out that you can actually there's a button you can hit that will actually take you up on your bridge, so I can mess around inside my spaceship. Like go to engineering and this, that, into his ready room and all this stuff. So that'll help with the role play. Probably won't see that in the first few episodes because I just realized that, and I've got about 4 episodes worth of gameplay already recorded. But
Pat's just thrown his new channel link in the chat, guys. Go give it a subscribe. Check out his content.
absolutely,
I'm sure it's bloody wonderful.
yeah.
Yes, because I've been putting so much work into it, man.
Yeah, man, get it done. Get it done. Keep at it. Keep at it.
But I figured out something new that should help in the role play of it and everything. I've had a few comments that it needs to be more polished. I'll work on that. But like I fully admitted last week, video editing is not my forte, guys. I'm doing the best I can.
Whereas with me, like, I hate editing.
Yeah.
But I'm good at it. I'm actually not too bad at editing at all. I'm seriously considering upping my game and you start to use Premiere. The problem with Premiere is that you have to pay for it monthly. It's like, oh, I don't want to pay for it monthly. You know, like, but I would like to use it. You can do way more stuff with it. And there's things that you just cannot do in Vegas. You know?
Yeah.
It's a pain in the backside.
I know if I can't get better equipment, I'm probably gonna have to pay somebody when I really want to do something real good. Like,
yeah. What happens to me a lot of times is as I will start out intent, you know, to editing everything as well as I can. But you know as well as I do, depending on the video, you know, a 10, 15-minute video can take hours to edit.
Okay.
And by the time I get toward the end of it, I'm like, I don't care. Screw it. I just want to get this finished.
My favorite part of the video making process, and thank you, Viper, I've just opened the DM. My favorite part of the video making process is the writing, because I quite enjoy writing. I really want to have a crack at doing like video essay type stuff, but editing can take quite a while. I mean, like today, it took me so bloody long to do the video I put out today because Vegas just kept crashing out. Like I'd start rendering and then it'd die. And it did that about 5 times. I'd set my computer on and off again about 3 times. In the end, I had to choose a different render option. Ugh, stupid.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, just to give an example, that first episode of Redneck Track that some of y'all watched, which, by the way, Bear, why haven't you watched it yet?
I'll get there. I will watch it. I will.
Hey, I warned you that I was Grumpy Day, and I had to get my grumpiness out on you. Now I'm done. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, maybe. But it was 25 minutes, and I know that's a little long. I've been looking at my analytics, and view time suggests that average view time suggests that it was a little long, but I didn't know how to cut it any shorter. It was introducing the whole concept and everything going on, so it was bound to be a little long. From here, I'm going to try to make sure that they're no more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But that 25-minute video took me probably 6 hours to edit. You know,
I can only assume the Tartanist is watching the stream right now. Yes, he is. Just sent you a tweet. Ready to see. Fallout 76 Our Future Begins. All right, what have you sent me? Oh, it's no, I'm not trying it, dude. I'm not. Because like the download takes about 2 days, right? Doesn't it? Because it's so huge, the file.
Oh yeah. Before we get into that, look at J Kid's last post.
What kind of son doesn't watch their old man's content? Asking for a friend. Have you watched it?
He was at the premiere.
I bet he had it on mute. No, I was at the premiere. You didn't acknowledge me.
I didn't see you.
Well, open your freaking eyes, you blind old bastard.
Well, I can't help that.
Yeah, it's not. I couldn't help it. All right, look, I told you these meds that I'm on. It gets to a certain time of night and I crash.
Yeah, it was a little late. Vanilla Bear says, I got the final total for today, and it's now 110 pounds for Alzheimer's Society selling cupcakes. Yay!
All right.
Good for you. Yeah, that premiere was a little late. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but part of that was because my computer kept crashing in the middle of editing it, which doesn't help.
RJ, stop hugging people. Nobody consented.
And yeah, for that 25-minute video, it took an hour and a half to render, and then took almost another hour to upload.
Oh.
So I was like, by the time I got it, I said, look, I could probably put this off to tomorrow, but I promised the stream I was going to do it tonight. Do it. I'm going to do it. So
get her done.
Next week or this coming weekend.
That's not very nice, RJ. Oh, fuck you.
This coming weekend, I'm going to probably premiere it on Sunday afternoon. That's the plan anyway. that way there's less going on other channels, because Sunday's kind of a slow day for everybody, and I'm in less of a time crunch that way. So
there you go.
But-
I'm gonna have a look at this horrible video.
I
had
did enjoy
children
it, though.
so that we could do pageants. What fresh hell is this?
I
I'll
did
watch that
enjoy
after.
making it, though. I had a ball recording the voice overs for it. I just had a ball. I was having so much fun sitting here laughing at my own jokes.
Oh dear. Oh, what else do we have?
Just whatever you want.
Viper says good luck. Yeah, I'm sure I'll need it for that one. If I don't do it, it's not because I didn't like it. I appreciate you sending it to me. It's just because I couldn't do anything with it. I was sent this article, The Problem That Has No Name. It was a Medium article, some perfectly fair delusions. We still have no word to describe what happens to women living in a country that hates them.
What?
What? Well, yeah, we do. We call that patriarchy, don't we?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay. After Donald Trump mocked Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, she's not a doctor, at a rally in Mississippi this week. She's as much of a doctor as what's her face is. You know, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The arch feminist of the Brain Trust. A new low for the president of lows. I couldn't muster the energy to be outraged. Really, because you've put a lot of effort into this article. It kind of feels like he did put a bit of energy into being outraged now. Even as the crowd chanted, "Lock her up!" Now a catch-all for any woman who defies Trump. Oh, God. I felt that I had simply run out of anger. Women don't run out of anger.
Name one.
I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
And I'm far older than all y'all.
A woman run out of anger, that'll be the day.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what happens when they go quiet. They're storing it up. They're restocking up on their anger. And today, as the sham FBI investigation into Brett Kavanaugh came to a close, and it became clear that Republicans would vote how they were always going to vote, I wasn't sad or upset. An exhausted numbness came over me instead. You know what? This is actually hurting me. My heart hurts reading this. Not as in, you know, my emotional heart, but my actual heart. It's giving me a friggin' palpitations. For women, the national reckoning on sexual assault and its backlash isn't just a political moment or a cultural shift. It's an unraveling of the lies this country tells itself about women's progress. It confirms feminists' worst fear about men in power and how poorly they think of us. So listen.
How poorly we think about them is how much a lot of them have been caught in these lies, like Blasey Ford. Oh, no, I was right. You know what I'm saying? No, what happened? I don't know. Who did it? I don't know. Where did it happen? I don't know. It's like that's what the whole entire thing was, you know? A bunch of I don't knows until, like I said, but I know Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh, I'm so bored of this shit. But yeah, thank you, Perfectly Fair Delusions. Don't apologize for sending it to me. At the end of the day, it's an article that I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
And I do cover a lot of news throughout the week.
I do have something before we get
Go on.
Too much later in the stream, because we got a half hour left. I mentioned it earlier, said we were going to cover it, and we forgot. Black Pigeon Speaks.
Yes, Black Pigeon Speaks has been yeeted from the platform.
Oh.
Yeah.
No reason given.
Now, I am aware of who Black Pigeon Speaks is. I have watched his content a time or two. I was not subbed to them. Not a real fan, but nothing against them, but by any rate. But from what I understand, is his channel had no strikes. It was perfectly clean, nothing going on, and just wakes up and it's gone.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Black Pigeon Speaks. He actually has me blocked on Twitter, and I don't remember getting in a fight with him. So I don't know what happened there. I might just like not be remembering a bit of beef I had. I would remember having a fight with somebody as large as him. Well, anyway, he has me blocked. But yeah, he's been yeeted from the platform. As you guys know, YouTube hasn't appeared to have given any reason. It's been completely without warning. I don't know like what his politics are or whatever, or what his content is about, but as far as I know, he hadn't broken any terms of service.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't care if it was somebody I didn't like. If it was somebody I honestly could not stand, somebody like Christy Winters or Michael Rowlands, if your channel has no strikes, is completely clean, and it's there one day and gone the next, there's something wrong.
There's something going off there. Really dodgy stuff again. I don't know whether this was like an accidental thing. Who was it who lost their channel and then got it back after a little while? I forget who it was now.
I said it was a lot of people, but
Yeah,
I don't know who did happen to recently.
I had to go back through my DMs with Dave Cullen. Apparently, Black Pigeon Speaks has grown by like 8,000 followers on BitChute since it happened.
All right, who was the person that they said like that YouTube had deleted their platform because they were showing like they had like videos of like Nazis and things like that, and all these videos are basically made for like teachers who teach.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can't remember their name, but
I can't remember
they
their
were a
name.
history teacher type. It was there. The videos were posted in order for teachers in schools to use in teaching their history classes.
But they saw Nazi propaganda and said that's not allowed. I'm like, really?
Well, they did get theirs back, so there's hope.
They did, yeah.
There is hope, but yeah, there's something wrong in the system, folks, where something like this can happen.
Yeah, we could thank Mazda for that. Well, we could thank Mazda for them pulling the trigger early.
Yeah. I think that he's responsible for them releasing this new programming before it was ready. And I think it's obvious that it was released before it was ready because of, like you mentioned, that History Channel getting hit and others like it. It's just, it's silly.
Oh, yeah. Something else that was in the news yesterday, I think. Jordan B. Peterson trying to start his own social media platform.
Yeah, I've seen something about that.
Don't know much more than that he's just going to try to set one up or whatevs. I don't know how that's going to go. Probably down the same road as Gab.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does seem to be what happens, and it seems to happen anytime you try to get a free speech platform going. I mean, Minds.com, for instance. Good Lord.
I haven't used Minds and
me either. But when I was last on there, I know it was a mess.
Same thing with Sea Lions. I'm like, is that still out there?
And you try to open up a platform. This is why we can't have nice things, folks. You try to open up a platform where freedom of speech is on the table, and then you've got idiots that misuse that by just doing the most god awful things. But good luck to him. I hope he's able to pull it off. I hope he's able to pull it off. I'm probably not going to jump on the ground floor myself. I'm going to wait and see what happens with it, like I have with a lot of the others.
Like, we'll see how this goes first. Like I said, if it lasts for like a few years or so, things like that, then it'll be like, all right, it looks safe.
Yeah, and yeah, cynical Lindsay. I agree. It shouldn't be removed, but yeah, it's a bit too edgy.
Yeah, I
That's
deleted my
weird.
Gab account the other week. There's no point. I don't use it. But I'm just looking at BitChute actually, and I have 2,100 followers over there. I had no idea.
That's pretty good for BitChute, isn't it? From what I hear, I've never been on it. Honestly, I have never even been on the site.
Well, at this stage, I don't know. I'm fairly sure that like Dave Cullen, obviously Black Pigeon Speaks, what's his face, Sticks, Axe and Hammer have got way more, but I don't know. Is that good? So people need to tell me.
I don't know. People kept telling. They didn't even. Yeah, damn, I can't speak. People be telling me I need to go with a BitChute, but it's like I don't know. I never even tried.
I figure it's a place to back your content up. You know, it has like an auto feature where you can link up your channel ID, and then it'll auto like bring all your content over. I mean, so it's better to do it that way, I guess, than to drop it into an external hard drive.
That's what I used to use mines for. But you know as well as I know that their interface for video uploads was
Well, it was at least back then, anyway.
clunky.
Can't like give an opinion now. Every so often I pop on there just to drop a link, but
yeah, I haven't been on there in ages.
Mm.
But I need to start doing something because my hard drive is getting full because I still have every video on my hard drive that I've ever made.
I figure it's just a nice place to back your stuff up.
Mm.
I mean, a lot of people obviously do use the platform exclusively, like in terms of like watching it or whatever, and that's fine. Like watch content wherever you want, but it's a platform to use.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had this Spurgy My Little Pony avatar screeching at me on BitChute earlier. It could be for some reason like he's followed because I also have Irate Alex all backed up there as well, you see. And it's like, oh, enough of that normie NPC tube video. Like, fuck you, dickhead. BitChute and like things like Gab and stuff like that. The reason why they're looked at the way they are is because it's 100% political stuff, and there's tons of alt-right people on there. You need the fucking normies to make it viable. And until that, it won't be viable.
Yeah. And if there's too much of the far right stuff there, you may not get the normies.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna go like, no, thanks. You know, it's just like we were talking earlier, and this was one of the things I wanted to rant about and had forgot. You know, it's just like the whole gay pride thing, which we've already, and I'm not going to go into all detail of how I feel about all that. But I've seen a conversation on Twitter about some of these gay pride parades, and you know, they get pretty disgusting in some of them. They really do.
Yes.
And they're talking about how, you know, you can't bring your kids out to them or anything like that. How can you support them if you can't bring your kids to them and everything? And some bigger YouTubers than me come on there. Oh, well, you know, some you just have to go to the right one. And well, how do you do that? Do you have a program telling you this one's kid friendly and this one isn't? You know, but my whole point is some of the behavior in these, I don't see how that's anything to be proud of. I don't see how that's helping their case. And they got to know that normal people are going to see these shenanigans and say, screw that.
You know. That's what I hate about anything. There's always that, you know, that heavily bunch of group of people that's going to make the whole entire thing just looks like, oh, hell no, these people are crazy.
I can't help but believe, and you know, I'm not a part of it. I'm as straight as they come. I don't know what the gay community thinks. Don't want to speak for them, but I can't help but believe that the majority of the gay community, the LGBTQ, XYZ, whatever, they can't be supportive of that. They really. But
I think many, they want to say something, but they're just afraid of the backlash.
Oh yeah, Yeah, and you know they will be. 'Cause
Woohoo.
there ain't nobody can be any cattier than that community.
Amen.
But my point is that's not going to help your cause, because in order for a cause to really have big support, you've got to get those people that we call the normies, your average citizen in behind you. And that
Yeah.
ain't going to do it, folks. They're going to look at that and say, God, what a bunch of freaks.
Bunch of degenerates.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and if the ones with the common sense can actually, like I'm saying, put their foot down, it's like, yeah, we don't condone that right there. They would get a lot of support, but they're so afraid to do that, like I said, because they're afraid of backlash. How dare you turn your back on your kind and screech and ran, all that right there.
Yeah. I mean,
It's weird, like damn.
yeah, and I've always said it. We hang out on YouTube. We hang out in a certain group, and we consume a certain kind of content, a lot of us, and we tend to think that that's the way the whole world is sometimes, because that's the way ours is. But the majority of people, at least here in the States, I can tell you, the majority of the people have no clue about the stuff that we talk about or consume, or
Yeah, it's
They're
probably
too
a good
busy.
thing as well, to be honest with you.
They're too busy living their lives and trying to keep food on the table.
Yeah. They're working and in money, whereas we're here, shaking
Yeah,
our heads at the odd degenerate that we see.
Cynical Lindsay, the question is, how do you create a platform that's for free speech and attracts an audience? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. I don't know, because like I said, the moment you open it up to free speech, then you get the
You can't sell it as such.
yeah, because the moment you do, then you get the extremists in there yelling their stuff, which they've got a right to do, but that's going to run the normies off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's this kind of weird kind of thing that you have to kind of achieve, like, how do you have a platform where you want the vast majority of people to come along and say, oh, I'd like to use this, but at the same time, I don't know if you can also allow that kind of content on there either. It's this conversation I was having with Lozar yesterday on Twitter. It's like you can't sell it as a free speech platform if you want it, and you need very recognizable faces to kind of sell it. But you also needs to be not heavily, but it needs to be regulated to a certain degree as well, because, well, the normies won't stick around. So it's a business at the end of the day. I mean, they're wrong. I'm all for free speech, guys. I really am. But I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you'd achieve it. And yes, I'm loving Assassination Classroom. I think I'm on episode 16. Thank you, Viper. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. And it may be a case where, I mean, you're right. You can't use that as the selling point as free speech. Just put it over as another platform and let your actions speak for themselves as far as being free speech. Don't do what YouTube does and go crazy and start throwing people off because they're not saying what you agree with.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cynical, you're never going to teach the normies that, because the average person, they just don't care about it. They just don't. And I don't see that ever changing.
Yeah. I can't see many people sticking around if a website was filled, had loads of like extremists or whatever on the platform. Like, your single mum who usually sits there perusing Facebook, she sat there retweeting mum memes, memes as they call it, and then the next thing you know, they come across an alt-right meme like, what is this filth? They're not going to stand for it.
How do I sound corporate? I don't understand how I sound corporate. I'm just stating facts the way that I see them. That's how it happens. We've seen it happen over and over time with Gab and Minds and other format. The moment you promote it as a free speech platform, the extremists come in, which runs off anybody less extreme than they are.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, really.
I'm not saying you keep those people off, just don't sell it as a free speech platform and let your actions speak for themselves.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. I don't know.
it's a question I don't have an answer to. You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Certainly. I don't think it needs to be family friendly as such. It just needs to be. Well, it needs to be a number of things. It needs to be able to have, like, a decent user interface. Like, it needs to be able to like follow the people you want to follow, be friends with the people you want to be friends with, be pretty, have video content, have news content, all that type of stuff as well.
I mean, look at it. Here we are on YouTube, and at this time, YouTube's a huge corporation. But when it started, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this little idea that nobody had really used it before. And what did it start out on? Cat videos. Friend, it didn't start out with that stuff. And look at it now. It's a huge corporation.
You can't say you don't like a good cat video every now and then.
And dog videos, yes. Cat videos, not so much.
Come on now, the cat playing the little keyboard.
I'm not too much of a cat guy. I'm just not. Love me some puppers, though. But yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22 situation. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you would make a new platform take off. I don't know, because there's a lot of questions that have to be answered, that have to be addressed. There's a lot of failures that can happen that we see happening all the time. There was a time they said, "Oh, mine's is going to be the next YouTube." Well, it's not.
I actually said it was going to be the next Tumblr.
Yeah, and
which it still has the potential to do, because there's a lot of porn on there. Like,
oh Lord, is there? People saying, BitChute. Well, it's a viable place to back your stuff up on, but it's nowhere close to the next YouTube.
Hasn't got the audience,
and
doesn't have the reach, doesn't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, we've seen some of them that aren't even around anymore. They folded. In recent times. So I don't know how you combat that. That's why my personal take from my content, from my channel, I'm a stubborn old coot, and I'm going to stick it out here on YouTube until they tell me I can't come back anymore.
Yeah, pretty much same, really. I mean, people are like, "Oh, YouTube's going to lose a butt ton of money, and YouTube's going to crumble." It's not. Again, I keep having to say this, but it's really not. It just won't. Political YouTube is tiny compared to the rest of it. It's just not going to happen. You need. I mean, I've seen flickers of it happening where the normie tubers or whatever are putting their content up on BitChute because they got into it, or like a big false flag fight with somebody. Like, even PewDiePie shielded a video that was made by a 15-year-old who was criticizing another YouTuber that was flagged down, and that link was, of course, BitChute.
Yeah.
And that certainly would have helped the website, but it's got a long way to go.
Yeah, and I wish them luck.
Backing.
I wish them luck. I wish somebody else could come up and take over from YouTube. Somebody more about free speech, but I just don't see it happening right now, and I don't know how you would make it happen, because
I know, especially with Wojcinski, worrying about I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, or I don't want the backlash or the bad publicity from this person or that person.
Yeah.
And that's how you get, that's how you get used, if people know, like, oh, well, if you don't do what I want to do, then I'm going to throw a big tantrum and you just cater to me and all that right there. Yeah. There are people out there who will abuse that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But so we have 10 minutes left of the stream, guys.
We do.
So we have any questions for either of us three? Please ask away. Please ask away.
Yeah, ask us anything within reason. I think I can speak for the other two here that we'll try to answer.
Yeah.
I know, like Semyasa Thieves, you just basically asked me, talking about, is there a good way to make a good red wine reduction? Which, like I said, which I was talking to y'all earlier, like when I was catering today, I was making like some chicken breast, like with a white rind sauce. I can't say my R's and my W's together. And basically, what it is, like, what you really want to do, or in my opinion, like, basically, like cooking like your vegetables that you're gonna be adding with your sauce. Like cooking them first, making sure they get all translucent. Then you add like your wine and like your butter and whatever you're gonna like be mixing up the sauce with. Get that under medium heat, stir it all together until it gets all like thick and creamy. And that's how you really make like a good sauce right there. And make sure you season that boy to your taste. Because if you do like me, somebody's gonna get drunk. Cause man.
RJ Banzma, worst joke Irate Bear has told. Honey, you're asking the wrong guy. I can't even remember the worst joke I've ever told. So
I've told some pretty bad ones in my day. There's this thing on Twitter that I've just seen Minding do, where you have to rate yourself on your various personal characteristics, personality parts, and stuff out of 10. So looks out of 10, how would you rate yourself? Question to both of you.
How would I rate myself?
Out of 10, yeah. Looks wise.
Present time or
present?
Present. A 6.
Okay, and Pat?
Yes, I'd give myself a 7.
Okay. I think I'd rate myself.
I know I'm athletically built, but I'm not.
I think I'd rate myself around a 6. Creativity out of 10.
I'm pretty creative. It's just it's in.
I'm better looking than you, J Kid. Shut your face.
Viper, stop saying 0. You're cute. I hate. I'm not cute, JK.
Creativity, boys.
Creativity. I'd have to say not 8, maybe even a 9. I mean, I'm very creative. It's just implementation I have a problem with.
Yeah. What about you, Pat?
What up?
Creativity.
Creativity. Yeah. I'd say I'm about a 6.
I say 9 for myself. Health out of 10.
Health.
Yeah, health. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is there less than 1?
0 for Bloodwing. What about you, Pat?
Well, like I said, as you see my build right here, like I try to keep myself in great shape, but my cardio is shot, man. So I'll give that an 8, minus the cardio.
I'll put myself on 2, I think. Empathy out of 10. I'll put myself at 10 for empathy.
Empathy?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
It's so dependent on my mood. Because like some days I'm like, shut up and quit whining.
Wow, if we're learning this bear is full of himself, behave yourself. I didn't give myself a high score for physical appearance.
Oh, I would have to say, I guess 7.
Yeah.
I'm going right down the middle with 5 because I'm like, sometimes I give you empathy, and then sometimes I'm just like, man, just shut the fuck
up. Intelligence, I'd give myself a 5.
Yeah.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how do you answer that without sounding like you're bragging?
Well, you may as well do it because J Kid is going to accuse you no matter what.
Well, and if he tells the truth, he knows the truth. I'm gonna say 10.
Okay. Bloody.
I'm staying in the happy medium right there with a 5 because, like I said, I don't want, I don't think I'm the smartest person in the world, but I also don't want to toot my damn horn.
Yeah, I'm too dozy to put myself any higher than that.
Problem. When I was thinking about saying 10, I could hear my mom's voice. God rest your soul in the back of my brain. Don't toot your own horn, boy.
Next one is trustworthiness.
Yeah, and see there, J Kid says intelligence is one thing I would give BW slack on. Yeah, see. What was that last one again? Repeat it.
Trustworthiness.
Trustworthy.
Yeah. I'll put myself at an 8 for that.
I'm going to say a 9, and only because because sometimes I forget things.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
What
but
about
I
Yeah, I'm
always
gonna
try to be a man of my word.
yeah. I want to say that I'm gonna say a 9 too because like it all depends on the situation because right now I got secrets that man shoot that I've been having for years and ain't told nobody. They're good secrets though. They're not those types
yeah,
like
yeah. Okay, the next one is social skills.
Oh, good Lord.
You got the social skills. Due to my epic networking ability, I'd put myself at 9.
Depends on exactly what you mean by social.
Even though I'm like really like autistic,
I can express myself very well. So if that's what you're talking about, social skills, then it's probably a pretty good score. But sometimes that expressing myself involves, as I said, shut up.
no, I'm going to put myself back at a 7 because like I do have a lot of autistic traits and I can't tell when people are joking a lot of the time. So I'll put myself at a 7 for that.
Oh,
I mean, I could talk to anybody. I could talk bollocks with anybody, but
oh yeah.
I could make an argument for it being higher, but I'll just say an 8.
Mm.
okay. What was yours again, Pat? Sorry.
Me, I'm at a 7 because I'm the type like I said I can talk to anybody and things like that, but it takes me a couple of seconds to warm up to you.
Yeah.
And of course, a
Yeah.
lot of people now that I got this big physique, they're kind of cautious coming up to me and things like that.
Resiliency. I
Mm.
could put myself at a 4 for resiliency. Well, it depends on how you want to apply it.
Yeah, if you're talking about bouncing back from adversity, then I'm a 10. I mean, honestly, I believe that because that's my Bear, that my favorite saying is it is what it is. Got to move on.
Oh, who this?
Who dis?
Yeah, who say that?
While Pat's doing that, the next one is patience. So I'm going to put mine at a nice high number of 2.
I'm a 0. I am a 0.
I mean, I'm being generous with myself here.
Yeah.
You've seen how quick I fly off the handle at myself. Humor.
Well,
I'd like to think I've got decent humor.
I think I'm funny.
Well, I don't know if it's like whether you're funny yourself. It's just like being able to take jokes and stuff like. I put myself at an 8. I've definitely improved. I think when I started YouTube, I may have been at about 4, and now I'm at least an 8.
All right, I'm back. What I miss?
We're talking about humor.
Humor?
Yeah.
I'd have to say, if it's talking about being able to take a joke, I'd have to say I'm a 9.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm a 9 too. Like I said, because I can give as good as get.
Yeah. I mean, I can take a pretty good joke. You can tick me off, but it's hard to do.
You'll tip me off, but you won't know. The last one is optimism.
Optimism?
Yeah.
Oh,
I put myself around a 9 for optimism, but that's just because I'm like naturally naive as fuck.
if you're talking about, because that seems to go with the resilience, but people that are optimists, I can't stand. They're my least favorite people. Get off me. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Hug, hug, hug. Get away from
That's not optimism. It's not optimism, is it? That's just being, Prozac. That's a state of being, by the way.
Oh,
That's basically being Jen to Maxi.
yeah.
I love Jen, by the way. She's disgustingly
Optimism.
happy.
God, again, it just depends on what they mean.
Well, a positive attitude towards the future.
I'm positive that I'll make it. I'll always figure a way out.
That's the one thing that I'm positive. That I'm not positive about is that you won't you will survive. I can't see it happening. Like you're gonna die soon, Bloodwing, and I'll be very sad. But
Jake is right. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist. Yeah, I'm not going to act like I'm an optimist. That's the reason I'm having trouble with this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, since I don't know, I'll just split it in the middle and say 5.
okay. Well, Lindsay, I've never actually heard you speak before, whereas I've been on a stream with Jen, and like she's disgustingly happy, you know. Like I said it 100 times before. She's like, you remember playing GTA Vice City years ago, and like you'd listen to the radio and the talk show radio, and there was like a thing where they had like a really depressed guy, like a gothic guy, and a girl that was on antidepressants, and she was like ridiculously happy. That's Jen. And hello, Drunky.
Yeah, hey, Drunkle.
Turn up.
Okay.
You're late.
Well, let's get on with this thing because it's actually time to end the stream here. But we
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Is that it?
Oh, is it
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know where that got us. But, okay.
Yeah, we're done there. That's it.
All right. So,
If you want to go through that list properly, like just go over to Mind and Freedom's Twitter account. He's done one himself.
Jake says, "Holy crap! It's that uncle that no one really likes, and we're not sure he was actually invited, but he shows up to holidays anyway." That's my
so
boy.
overall, I'm probably a 6 with all those things that was asked.
That's my boy. But talking about surveys, and I'll mention this real quick, and then we'll end this thing. There was one going around Twitter here very recently too, about it had a list of a bunch of redneck foods on it, and you were supposed to count how many you've actually eaten. And I think there was 39, and I had eaten 32. I've been offered everything on that list, but I refused to eat it because I didn't like it. So yeah, I guess that makes me about as redneck as they come.
Mhm.
But anyway, it is that time. It's at the end of it. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. My goodness, thanks for the donations today. I can't express enough how I'm
William.
speechless.
That's
Yeah,
it, William.
I am still speechless. But and thanks to all those that supported and continue to support this channel by your presence and your likes and your shares and all that stuff. This could not happen without you.
Yes.
And I totally mean that. Bear, thank you as always. Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I put a brand new video on the main channel today. BBC dating preference conversion camp. But where we learned that having racial preferences for dating and porn and sex and stuff is racist, and not only that, but extremely offensive. Go give that a watch, guys. It's linked in the chat now.
There you go. Pat, always a pleasure as always.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it.
You're welcome on here anytime. You know that. I just don't know what your work schedule is, so you have to let me know.
I know. That's why I let you know. It's like if there's any way I can get on, let me know.
All right. Yeah. You want to shout out?
Yeah, me, like I said, I shouted out earlier, but if you can, check out my Psycho Rick channel where I just dropped down a video yesterday of a new series that I'm doing. It's called Killer, and I just talked about Eileen Wuornos. So it's like, if you can, go check that out right there. And if you like my content, give me a subscribe and share it as much as you can because I want this channel to grow.
Absolutely. There you go. Go check it out, folks. Go check it out. But anyway, yeah. Thank you to everyone. Of course, for myself, be sure to tune in next Saturday at 2:30 EST for the next episode of Redneck Radio, and keep an eye out. Sometime Sunday afternoon should be episode number 2 of Redneck Track.
There you go.
And having said that, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.
Bye.